Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool handed Alexander Isak lifeline as top Newcastle target is open to playing for Eddie Howe. This new transfer update for Newcastle United could open the door for Liverpool to sign Alexander Isak. Another twist may be unfolding in the Alexander Isak to Liverpool transfer saga. The Reds have seen a £110 million bid rejected by Newcastle United after making their first official attempt to sign the striker this window. Whether Isak leaves St James' Park depends on multiple factors, the main ones being if Liverpool will approach the table with a new offer and if Newcastle are in a position to sell. Eddie Howe's side have not had the backup in place to justify selling Isak this summer. Their bad luck when it comes to new signings has only added to the frustration, as top targets like Liam Delap, Brian Mbeumo and João Pedro have all turned down the idea of signing for the Magpies. Newcastle also look set to miss out on Benjamin Sesko, who is linked with rivals Manchester United. However, they may have finally been given the lifeline they've been waiting for. Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson is another centre-forward on Newcastle's radar, and they may finally strike it lucky with this pursuit. According to Team Talk, Newcastle have made a bold approach to sign the 24-year-old, who is now a top target for the club. The Magpies have reportedly reached out directly to Jackson's representatives and the player is said to be open to the idea of signing for them. The Senegal international is looking for regular playing time next season, with Chelsea's front line now stacked with a total of 6 centre-forwards as things stand. Agreeing personal details is believed to pose no major issues for Newcastle, as Jackson's representatives are eager to negotiate a deal that aligns with his career aspirations. However, the Magpies would need to find a significant amount of cash to get a deal done. Chelsea reportedly value Jackson at £70 million, which the club feel is reflective on his performances as well as his adaptability within the Premier League. While £70 million is a significant amount of cash, Newcastle can fund a move for Jackson with the sale of Isak. They are said to be looking for £150 million for the Swede, which means even if £70 million goes immediately to the signing of Jackson, Newcastle will still be left with £80 million from the Isak sale, which is £20 million in profit from what they paid for him 3 years ago. David Ornstein provided an update earlier this week, relaying that Isak's chapter at Newcastle is now closed and the club are on the market for replacements, bringing in a suitable signing. Jackson was among the names mentioned by Ornstein, could finally open the door for Liverpool to do business with their Premier League rivals. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is Arne Slot gives Alexander Isak response and hints Liverpool transfer is nearly complete. Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak is one of the biggest transfer stories yet to be resolved this summer, but there is still time left for the champions to get a deal done. Liverpool manager Arne Slot has indicated Darwin Núñez's move to Al Hilal is all but done. However, he wouldn't be drawn on questions over whether Alexander Isak will take the Uruguayan's place at Anfield. Slot's Premier League champions have already added Hugo Ekitike to their front line, but Isak is very much still on their radar. An opening bid worth up to £120 million was rejected by Newcastle, and it remains to be seen whether the Red return with a fresh offer this summer. As you know, we never talk about players that aren't yours, Slot told reporters ahead of the Community Shield when asked about Isak. I can talk about Hugo, who signed recently. We are very happy with the squad we are having. Okay, players left but we brought players in as well and youngsters are doing good. Darwin might leave but things aren't signed yet. We need to wait a few days before things are done. Isak missed Newcastle's tour of Asia, spending the period training with former club Real Sociedad while working his way back to full fitness. The Swede is back in Newcastle training, but manager Eddie Howe is not expected to pick him for upcoming friendlies. You have to earn the right to train with us, Howe said during the week. We are Newcastle United. The player has a responsibility here to be part of a team and part of a squad, you have to act in the right way. So that is also at play here. We will make sure that any player does that to earn the right to train with the group. No player can expect to act poorly and train with the group as normal. While Liverpool boss Slot declined to comment directly on Isak, he did point to another attacking option for later in the campaign. Mohamed Salah is set to miss some action during the Africa Cup of Nations, and Slot indicated new right-back Jeremy Frimpong will be an option further forward during that period. We definitely thought about AFCON. It's partly why we brought in Frimpong because he can play as a right winger, Slot said. A maximum 6 games without MO, but that's a lot in the Premier League. Jeremy can play there, but he isn't the only option. Liverpool's more immediate focus is the Community Shield. The Reds face Crystal Palace at Wembley on Sunday, and it's a chance for fans to get another look at new signings including Frimpong, Ekitike and Florian Wirtz. Bilbao, Milan and Yokohama already gave us good competition, Slot said, referring to his team's pre-season tests. Palace hit the ground running again, it is still the same team. A good challenge for us to start the season. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC. Our third news is Liverpool transfer news. Bradley Barcola truth emerges as star set for £50 million move. Liverpool have already forked out more than £250 million on 7 new signings, and Arne Slot is ready to continue spending big as the Reds look to defend their Premier League title. Liverpool have enjoyed a busy summer so far as they look to build on last season's Premier League title triumph. Having made just one senior signing last summer, they have spent more than £250 million on 7 new faces this year. Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong, Georgi Mamardashvili, Armin Pexi and Freddie Woodman have all made the move to Anfield, while funds have been generated by the sales of Luis Diaz, Jarell Quansah, Queven Kelleher, Tyler Morton and Nat Phillips. Even more incomings and outgoings are expected before the transfer window slams shut, and Mirror Football has taken a look at some of the latest news and rumors from in and around Anfield. Darwin Núñez is set to join Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal after they agreed a fee with Liverpool worth an initial £46 million but rising beyond £50 million. Al Hilal have beaten AC Milan to Núñez's signature, with the forward now set to fly to Germany where the club are currently training to undergo a medical. The 26-year-old is set to earn around £400,000 per week in Saudi Arabia. And Núñez's impending exit means Liverpool are now expected to move forward in their pursuit of Alexander Isak, having already seen a £110 million bid rejected by Newcastle. Paris Saint-Germain star Bradley Barcola has been linked with Liverpool as a potential alternative to Alexander Isak, but Mirror Football understands a move is unlikely. Liverpool are admirers of Barcola, but believe PSG are unlikely to let him leave and are not planning to make a move for him as a result. The club also believe that signing a player like Barcola, 22, could block the emergence of 16-year-old prospect Rio Ngamaha. Liverpool appear to have received a boost in their pursuit of Mark Guéhi after Newcastle turned their attention to an alternative target. Both Liverpool and Newcastle have been heavily linked with the Crystal Palace defender, but Sky Sports Germany are reporting that the Magpies are now pursuing a deal for AC Milan's Malik Thiaw. The report states that Newcastle have made a written offer for Thiaw worth around £26 million. Italian side Como are also interested in the defender, having had an offer worth around £22 million rejected last month. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fourth news is Arne Slot responds to Alexander Isak transfer and Liverpool centre-back questions. As you know, Liverpool boss Arne Slot has been speaking ahead of the Community Shield clash against Crystal Palace at Wembley on Sunday. Arne Slot refused to be drawn on Liverpool's interest in Alexander Isak as he reacted to Darwin Núñez's looming exit from the club. The Reds have agreed a £46.3 million deal with Al Hilal for the Uruguayan. Meanwhile, Liverpool had an £110 million bid turned down by Newcastle United for Isak last Friday, with it understood that club bosses considered it futile to return with an improved offer, given the swiftness and clarity of the rejection. Yet Isak has made it clear that he wishes to leave Newcastle, with the Reds his preferred destination, and he was ordered to train on his own this week as speculation about his future continues. Slot sidestepped questions about Isak as he insisted he is happy with his current options even if Nunez moves on. As you know, from me, and I think every manager works like this, you never talk about players that are not yours, he said of the Swede. I can talk about Hugo Ekitike, who we have signed and done really well until now. We are very happy with the squad and have every reason to be happy because we won the league last season. Okay, players left but we brought players in as well and youngsters are doing good. At this moment of time, Darwin might leave, indeed, but things are not signed so we need to wait a few days until that is completely done, but there is indeed a chance he is going to leave. Slot added, we think we already have a lot of attacking power in our team. I think about Cody Gakpo, Federico Chiesa, Hugo Ekitike, Mo Salah, Jeremy Frimpong who can play as a right winger, Florian Wirtz who can play as a left winger. I already feel I have a lot of attacking options in my squad, but always as a club we are looking at the chances in the market, but that can also be in the midfield and the last line. Slot would also reiterate his faith in his existing centre-back options as he pointed to the versatility of Wataru Endo, Ryan Gravenberch and Andy Robertson providing additional depth behind Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate. They can definitely play there as well, Endo, Robertson and Gravenberch, he said. And you forget to mention Joe Gomez. Unfortunately, he has a minor injury at the moment but he will be back with the team very soon. We have numerous options who can play there. But as always, it's the same boring answer as players we may bring in or not. I am really happy with the players we are having. We have numerous players who can play that position. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Out fifth news is Virgil van Dijk hands Liverpool boost but 4 players could miss Community Shield. Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker were both spotted at the AXA training centre on Thursday after missing Liverpool's clashes with Athletic Bilbao. Liverpool have been handed a potential double boost ahead of the Community Shield against Crystal Palace after Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker were both pictured back at the AXA training centre on Thursday. The pair had sat out the Reds' pre-season friendlies against Athletic Bilbao on Monday night. Arne Slot confirmed the Liverpool captain had missed the 2 clashes through illness. Meanwhile, the Brazilian was absent after flying home early from the Reds' pre-season tour of the Far East to deal with a personal matter. It later emerged that he had returned to Brazil to support his wife, Natalia, who had undergone an operation. Speaking ahead of facing Bilbao, Slot revealed that he was hopeful that both Van Dijk and Alisson would be available for Sunday's trip to Wembley. Unfortunately, Virgil is sick today. We miss out on Alisson, he told LFC TV. Joe Gomez is not there, Connor Bradley is not there. But until now we have stayed fit as we wanted to be and new signings came in so they got adjusted to what we want. Looking forward first of all to today and then to the next weeks, Virgil is, normally not, at risk of missing the Community Shield. Joe Gomez and Connor Bradley, it's going to be tight. Alisson will be back in time as well. Slot has now seemingly been proven right after the pair were both spotted back at the AXA training centre ahead of Sunday's game. While Van Dijk and Alisson are now in contention to face Crystal Palace, Slot will offer a further injury update on Gomez and Bradley when he sits down for his pre-match press conference on Friday morning. A new monthly print edition for all LFC fans is on sale now. Welcome to Blood Red, your new monthly fix from the Echo covering all you need to know about what's happening at Liverpool FC. Our brilliant team of writers cover Arne Slot's side all season long, home, away and abroad 7 days a week to produce the best content every day for the Echo, both in print and online. And now this monthly print edition of Blood Red will add to that mix with top features, interviews, analysis, comment, nostalgia, previews, and sometimes a bit of humor. Available to buy here, elsewhere. Trey Nyoni took part in a warm-down session on Tuesday as normal despite limping off against Bilbao, but Stefan Bajcetic remained sidelined after undergoing surgery on his hamstring earlier this summer. Liverpool will be without Darwin Núñez for the trip to Wembley after the Reds agreed a £46.3 million deal to sell the striker to Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Arne Slot hints Liverpool transfer is almost complete after Alexander Isak question. Liverpool have already spent big on the likes of Hugo Ekitike this summer, but Alexander Isak remains a target for the Premier League champions. Liverpool manager Arne Slot has all but confirmed Darwin Núñez's impending transfer to Al Hilal, yet remained tight-lipped on the prospect of Alexander Isak filling the void at Anfield. Despite having already secured the services of Hugo Ekitike for their attack, Isak remains a target for the Premier League champions. Liverpool's £110 million plus add-ons bid was turned down by Newcastle, who are keen to sign a replacement if they are to let the Swede leave. Slot, when quizzed about Isak during a pre-match Community Shield press conference, said, "As you know, we never talk about players that aren't yours," he said. "I can talk about Hugo, who signed recently, that we are very happy with the squad we are having. Okay, players left but we brought players in as well and youngsters are doing good. Darwin might leave but things aren't signed yet. We need to wait a few days before things are done." Isak, meanwhile, missed Newcastle's tour of Asia due to training with his old team Real Sociedad, aiming for peak condition. Back in Newcastle training, he is unlikely to feature in friendlies as per Eddie Howe's standards, which were made clear: "You have to earn the right to train with us. We are Newcastle United. The player has a responsibility here to be part of a team and part of a squad. You have to act in the right way. So that is also at play here. We will make sure that any player does that to earn the right to train with the group. No player can expect to act poorly and train with the group as normal." Slot, while not directly addressing rumors about Isak, did reveal a tactical tweak for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations when star forward Mohamed Salah will be unavailable. He highlighted new recruit Jeremy Frimpong's versatility. "We definitely thought about AFCON. It's partly why we brought in Frimpong, because he can play as a right winger," Slot explained. "A maximum 6 games without MO, but that's a lot in the Premier League. Jeremy can play there, but he isn't the only option." With the Community Shield on the horizon against Crystal Palace at Wembley, Liverpool fans are eager to see their team in action, including new faces like Frimpong, Ekitike, and Florian Wirtz. Slot reflected positively on his squad's pre-season preparations. "Bilbao, Milan and Yokohama already gave us good competition," he said. "Palace hit the ground running again. It is still the same team. A good challenge for us to start the season." Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss